Sarah's in the US. Okay.
Yeah. And where are you, Annika?
I'm in Stockholm, so I'm a few hours before Dubai, sort of more Central European time. So it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
And it's been pitch dark since 3 o'clock, you know, in this northern part of Europe, it gets dark so early, you know, you start to feel you want to go to bed at 3 o'clock because it's so dark.
Yeah, it is quite dark. Hi, Gail. Hi, Tala. Muhammad.
مرحبا.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Bashar. Okay.
It's good to see you, Gail. It's been a long time.
How are you doing?
Good. Oh, Anas and Yusuf, come on, it's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yeah.
How's life and work?
Good. A bit tough, but good in general. We miss you.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. I hope you're both engaged and entertained.
Yes.
Hi, Anas. I haven't seen you in a very long time. How are you doing? Hello. Hi, Yusuf. I don't think we've met on Gail. Hi, Annika. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I know.
Hi, Gail. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
I'm new, I guess. I'm new to your group.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you.
أهلا وسهلا. شرفنا.
So Annika, we can have some of the team members and the group introduce themselves. Maybe we can start. Brahim, if you want to go ahead.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Brahim Al-Hariri. I'm an academic advisor and project manager. Work with VIP.fund recently, and I have another work as an academic advisor with EU program. It's a scholarship for higher education for the Syrian refugee in Jordan. I'm so happy and glad to join you.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Who wants to introduce themselves? Rasha, if you want to go next.
You remember.
I mean, I guess you know everyone.
You know the New Yorkers. I need no introduction. Who are you? No, I need introduction. I'm Rasha. I'm a board member of the VIP.fund. I supervise student onboarding in addition to some other things, and I'm very happy to meet all of you. I've seen some of you, but not all. And Annika is an old friend. I'm just so glad that we meet here again. Annika, yalla tfaddali.
So should I say something? Well, I'm an old friend of Russia's. That should tell you everything. You know that we've been able, despite not centuries but decades of actually not meeting and talking, that we're immediately being able to pick up and connect again. I'm a sort of an old Syrian hand. I've been working in Syria since between 1978 until 2011. That was my last visit. I have Syrian family, and I also have a cousin, an American-Swedish cousin, whose wife died, and he wanted to donate money. So I'm, after sort of sniffing around and getting good advice from another friend of ours, Don Shatti, she said you should get into the Ed Seed in order to support young Syrian women, because my cousin and I agreed on that. And I just had him for a family lunch. He just left. So tomorrow I'm going to call him. I told him about the new women that we're supporting, young women that we are supporting. And I'll call him tomorrow again and tell him about this meeting. I'm very, very glad that through his wife, unfortunately deceased, I'm able to sort of, through Russia and through all of you, support Syrian women's education. So that's me.
Thank you, Annika. We're grateful for you to be with us and to help manage the donations on behalf of family. Maybe Gail, please. I'm a lot of the people here know you, but maybe some don't. So
Okay. Yeah, I think I've met almost everyone except for maybe Youssef and Annika. So I'm newer to the VIP fund. I met Rasha. I live in the New York City area as well. I'm an English professor at Seton Hall University, but my sort of outside of work passion has been with supporting Syrians. And 10 years ago, I worked at a university in Indiana, and we brought in 23 students out of Syria because of the war. Their parents wanted them to go offshore to study for obvious reasons. And our school created a scholarship fund for these students. And 10 years on, they've graduated. They're working in the US and Canada and UK. And I'm still in touch with all of them, but I wanted to continue the work. So I found, Rasha and EdSeed, and I'm on the board, and I help with, some grant writing and English language support and copy editing, stuff like that, some social media content development. And that's pretty much what I do here. And what else? And I'm with a couple of other Syria-based organizations in the US as well. So I'm just sort of on the periphery kind of, but it's in my heart completely. So
yeah. She wrote a chapter called A Heart Shaped Like Syria. This is who Gail is. I guess that summarizes her.
Yeah, that was my first publication, and a professor in Michigan reached out to me in 2016. He found our website and he said, "Who are you? What are you why are you doing this?" So I said, well, it's a long story. Started with a young boy, age 16 in Damascus, who he started some trouble. He didn't start trouble, but he got into trouble and ended up in my office asking for a day off so he could apply for asylum. And after talking to him, and this kid, by the way, he's now 27, he just got his US passport. So after years of asylum struggles and interviews and trips to Chicago, he sent me a photo recently of him with the American flag and the passport. And he's now in Egypt visiting his family for the first time he can travel safely. And I'm actually going to see him next weekend for the first time in many years. So it's a good story. So he's the one who started it, and he's the one that's the reason for my heart being shaped like Syria. So thank you, Rasha.
No problem. I think I have a copy. If you don't mind, I can pass it to Sarah Abu Rashid, the chapter.
Yeah, of course. It'd be my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.
who else would like to go next and introduce themselves?
Maybe Omar. We're just going through the line as I see them on the lineup. And Ribad.
Of course. Hi everyone. Sorry, there's another one who raised his hand. I think Ribad.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Shall I go?
Please go ahead.
Ribad.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Omar. I just finished my studies at Georgetown. I did my Master's of Law at Georgetown Law School in DC, and I'm currently based in Paris. Right now, I'm preparing for the New York bar exam to take for. I'm going to take it in July 2023, and I have good news to share because I've been, job hunting for a while, and I finally find I'm joining the Court of Arbitration with the ICC in Paris as an intern as of January. So I'll be studying and working at the same time. And that's pretty much who I am. And very nice to meet you. Most of you haven't met most of you, but Rama, I've seen you before, and I had the pleasure to see in person. Bashar, always always in touch. Rasha, and I'm happy to stay in touch with most of you and all of you. Thank you, Gail, and I'm happy to speak with all of you.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Ribal, please go ahead.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Rival. I am an architect. And also because of the funding that I got from VIP Fund last year, also I was able to continue masters in Germany. At the moment, I'm studying computational design. And also I am part of the volunteering team with the VIP Fund and its seed. Also, I got some great news a few days ago. I am shortlisted for the final competition of the European Patent Office in Netherlands. So yeah, next week we are heading to Netherlands to check the site, and then let's hope that we will get the big prize.
And it
Thank
is
you.
it's a 45,000 euros, something like
Yes.
that. And you got it, you and another student. This is
No,
amazing.
no, actually, it's not. She is not a student. She is a German artist.
Okay.
We knew each other since like 7 years on Facebook, and then when I arrived to Germany, we just chat to each other, and then we collaborated on this project together. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Wonderful. Congratulations in advance. I mean, for those of you who haven't seen it, I highly recommend you look at Ribal's portfolio. He has beautiful work.
I'm going to put it on here. I mean, because I have it somewhere. Okay.
Fantastic. And I wanted to also mention, you've introduced yourself, Omar. You might want to meet up with Muhammad. I know Muhammad is in a different location in France, but maybe you guys can get together. Muhammad, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. I'm Mohammed Al Fathi. I live in France now. I'm pursuing my master's degree in machine learning and data mining. I'm also created or started a new startup with Mariam El-Boushi. So it's called the Smart Psych, which is AI mental health system, which is trying to prevent depression in this space. So we actually introduced our idea in different competitions and hackathons. The last one, we get the second prize actually to start implementing the project. Also, in a few days, the last few days, I get great news to have a new internship with Orange Company, which is a big company, or maybe it's the biggest company of telecom here in France and Europe. So I will start in February and I will finish my master's degree in January. Yeah.
Congratulations again. A lot of good news today.
Maybe we can move to the new faces. Salam. Ahla wa sahla fiki. You're really welcome. Thank you so much for finding the time. I know that Salam had to make special arrangements for her to hop into this meeting. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're on mute, Salam. We can't hear you.
Allô?
أيوة, now we can hear you. أهلا وسهلا.
أهلا وسهلا فيكم. Hi, my name is Salam. I am a Syrian from, I live in France. I have master in biotechnology. I am new here. I heard from Russia about your organization. So I'm so happy to be with you today.
Salam is thinking of helping me with onboarding. So I told her, come and you'll have a feel for who are the students that we usually support and what it takes. So it's just by way of an introduction to our small community.
Wonderful. Ahlan wa sahlan. So again, anyone else who would like to introduce themselves, please jump right in. Yusra, tfaddali.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm from Gaza. I'm Yusra Bukwek, graduated from Al-Azhar University with bachelor degree of English accounting with honor degree. I'm so grateful to be one of member of VIP.fund platform, and you are my family, my friends, and I have learned a lot of things. Released my degree through your platforms, and I started work as a bookkeeper with you. And I also started work in quality assurance in Explain with artificial company, and I wish to learn more things, and that's it.
You're welcome to be part of the family, and really nice to see you. And maybe we can.
Sarah Abu Rashid, I would so love to hear from you. Sarah is the Palestinian student who, despite her fame, responded just to a message that I sent her. Can you please come and say something to our students? I sent a message on Messenger. Everybody was speaking about Sarah and how offers for a graduate degree were coming from Ivy League universities, and Sarah liked our idea, liked the idea of EdSeed. So maybe we can hear from you. And she will, Bashar, Sarah will be with us either the 16th or the 17th on a webinar. So we will talk about this later on. Yalla, go ahead, Sarah. Hello, Sahla.
Hi, everyone. Ahla sahla fiku. Thank you so much for having me. I'm truly honored. So I'm a new friend of Russia's, and I am a Palestinian Syrian. I've been in the US for about 10 years with my family, but my mom's side of the family has been here since the 80s. And I'm currently studying a master's degree in creative writing at the University of Michigan. So I'm a poet, I'm a public speaker, and I'm doing all sorts of different things.
So what about your play? You have a play already out in production. What is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So a few years ago, I did a play about my family's journey of immigration from Palestine in 1948 to Syria, Mkhayyam al-Yarmouk, to finally the United States. It's called A Map of Myself. Alhamdulillah, it's been a really great success. I got to perform the play about 16, 17 times across the United States. And so the webinar will be about the play. And I want to hear from students about their own maps of self. So I'll be sharing a recording of my show and just chatting with everyone about their journeys, how their travels have shaped their lives. And I'm so proud and honored to be here and with all of you.
Yalla. Go ahead, Rama.
Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. Ahla sahla fiku. I look forward to attending your webinar as well. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves? Niveen, tfaddali.
Hi, everyone. My name is Niveen Atwani. I'm a Palestinian refugee from Lebanon. Currently, I'm studying medicine in Belarus. It has been 7 years. 2 years ago, and this is the third one, I joined the EdSeed family, and they supported me financially, emotionally, and academically. I got a grant from Abdel-Latif Shakaki Fund, and I have a one-to-one mentoring with Dr. Ubada. He's one of the managers of the fund, and Mr. Muhammad, as well as Ms. Rama. And besides, EdSeed offered me the opportunity to work. So one of the projects that are offered for the students is Work for Education, and it's managed by Mr. Ibrahim. He's with us here now. And that's it. Thank you.
Hello, Sahla. And we can't wait. Your graduation is coming up soon, right?
Yes, right. This is my last year. I'm gonna graduate, and I'm planning to continue my residency in Germany. So wish me luck.
Yeah, best of luck, and you'll have some friends in Germany.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we have Aham. Aham is also.
And Aham,
yeah,
right? And Aham. Fantastic. Anas, tfaddal.
Hi, my name is Anas. I'm probably the oldest one, other than Tala and Rama. I've been with the VIB since 2018 or 17, can't remember exactly. I would say it was fun, and I've grown a lot since then with the VIB. Yeah, I enjoy software engineering. That's me. Yeah.
And I mean, a special thanks always to Anas, because he had single-handedly refactored EdSeed. It was built on a bubblegum and shoestring budget, and then he came in and really made it the platform that it is today. So between Anas on the technical side, Bashar on the operations, and Yusra on the financial, the three of them really are the backbone of the organization from a student body perspective, which is fantastic. We really pride ourselves on being student run, with the exception of the guidance of the board with Gail and Resha. So yeah, thank you very much. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves?
Sure. Hi, Rama. This is Amir speaking. I'm calling you out of. Hello. I'm calling you out of Chicago, where I'm doing my MBA. And before that, I did some work in banking and consulting. The first time I engaged EdSeed was in 2016. Rama was very passionate about it. I saw a shine in her eye. And to be honest, it's just very inspirational to be here with you, learning about your success stories. And I'm just glad to be part of something that's much bigger than me. So thank you again, Rama and Rasha, for the invitation.
It's a pleasure, and thank you for supporting us. You've been very instrumental in helping us with fundraising, with getting students to participate in EdSeed at universities like Duke and Harvard and other places. So big thanks to you for all of the support that you've offered our community. Mariam, tfaddali.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. This is Mariam Al-Bousi, and I'm a Syrian refugee in Lebanon. Now I'm pursuing a pharmacy degree, and I'm a third-year pharmacy student in Lebanon in the Lebanese International University. I'm really so glad to be a part and a member of this great family, and for this family give me the opportunity to continue my education, especially Tamkeen Fund. And I want to say special thanks for Miss Salwa Al-Jabiri, who's here now. And I want to say thank you for this institution for allowing me to make a lot of friends like Bashar and Muhammad, who I started my project with him. That's about mental health institution. And also this platform or this institution provide me that chance to work with the project Work for Education, as now I'm making some income for my to continue my education. Thank you very much. That's all.
By
You're
the way,
most welcome.
I can vouch for Mariam's literally. I mean, they talk about transformative education, transformative change. You can't imagine the span of progress that Mariam has made since I first met her, and she was onboarded as a student of Tamkeen. Amazing, really 180 degrees change. Is the figure all right, Rama? 180, ma? Because 360, I bring her back to where she started. I'm adabi, I'm in the literary section. Yalla, Rama, we didn't give you the chance to introduce yourself. How about you say something about yourself and then go with us for the presentation, so that we can tell them what amazing things we've been making.
I think the one thing I would like to say is, given how much we've grown and how many wonderful, capable young men and women we have part of the team, this will be the last year I give the annual update, and I'll be retiring to give it to one of the fellows or the students in the team to present next year. Just as I've transitioned a lot of all of the other activities. I mean, right now, I'm really delighted to share that I'm barely needed, which is the way that I've always envisioned the VIP fund to run, completely student run. And between Bashar and Anas and Khadija, who's not with us, and Yusra and everyone else, they're pretty much running the organization. And I think it's fantastic. The other thing that's really near and dear to my heart is when I built it, I wanted to create this virtual family where students from Gaza and the West Bank and Turkey and Iraq and Egypt and everywhere can connect and feel the borderless world that I think we should all imagine and strive for. So it's really wonderful to see the collaboration and the connection between all of you, as well as the connection with the people who come and mentor and offer webinars, because I think that path to the workplace becomes clearer and easier when you have those contacts. So I'm just delighted to be with all of you and to have gotten to know all of you along the way. I had a brief presentation that I wanted to show that's mainly numbers. I didn't put it together. Bashar put it together with the help of others here. I'm just the voiceover. And like I said, this will probably be the last year I'll be the voiceover. So with your permission, I'd like to go to the presentation. If I can figure out how to use technology still. There we go. All right. All right, so a quick update by Bashar and Co. So what it is that we're doing, offering an opportunity for education and work for youth impacted by conflict. And I'm hoping that this remit is going to expand this year to include marginalized youth in the United States as well. How we're doing it is by building this virtual community and leveraging the technology platform, EdSeed, and others that are being built. There's a holistic approach where we're taking an orientation by bringing in students, getting them to learn how we do things, and then handing over the work to them, funding through the EdSeed platform and offline with donors, and then offering employment, first internship and then employment opportunities. So the EdSeed buddies are the students that are coming on board and running pretty much everything. There are 20 members in that program or in that group. They ran 16 orientations this year, 16 student assemblies. They've produced 20 blogs. And then the last one, Bashar, you have to tell me, what's the 24 counseling and advocacy videos?
I thought you add this because I can't.
Okay, so then that's probably what we're talking about in terms of the one-on-one sessions that are happening offline. So we've had 30 speakers this year, 753 students attended the webinars, and then the tech talks, 4 sessions with 82 participants. And unfortunately, I can't see the last one because the screen is hidden behind it. Can someone? Entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah, the 6 sessions exactly. And 186 participants.
Fantastic. Thanks, Rasha. So the funds are funding students in those pink dots that you see. We've had 529 students who registered on platform on EdSeed, 388 campaigns, and then 109 who were being funded. And we're hoping to bridge the gap between the registered and the funded. This is a breakdown of the different degrees, and I can share this for later. And what we're trying to focus more on is degrees that can offer a digital opportunity. So a lot more students are coming in with AI, with data science. And we're also looking at digital art, digital marketing, and other such domains. We're also, for the benefit of the students who are with us, hoping we can get more micro degree participants. So students that are looking to take Coursera courses or Udacity courses and take micro degrees, that's also available. We'd love to have more students who are interested in that.
May I say something short here, Rama? Sure. That we do have a list of majors that we support, and they're so much IT focused. And whereas, for example, medicine does not feature as among the majors that we support, but any kind of student who's studying medicine with IT technologies has been, that student has been given an okay to publish, even if we don't end up sponsoring him, but we will give him the platform. So when we say we offer campaigns, we also tell students that you are welcome to use your platform, to use your campaign and publish it among your network. Maybe you can get also money from your network, not only from others. So this is an available tool for people to introduce themselves to the world. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. So with the Work for Education program that launched at the beginning of this year or last year, I lost track. I think it was during the pandemic that we had our first Work for Education program. We've been doing it internally within the VIP fund, but Aya Animations came on board, and then we had Explain, and that has employed the majority of the students in the capacity of interns working on training artificial intelligence and through annotating data, and some are graduating from that to do a little bit more. Liga Data employed full-time one person from the organization in the US, and then Transform BVC has 3 interns today from our team, and Transform is bringing the venture capital element and introducing them into the finance world and what can be done within the finance world for entrepreneurship. So we're hoping to grow that. We've had $43,000 earned by students, which I think is fantastic, because we've gone from depending 100% on the generosity of donors to now being very self-reliant students who are able to pull their own weight and pay for their own education. So our community, you've gotten to know some, obviously the students, Pride and Joy, wonderful students from across the different 12 countries. And we like that we have an equilibrium of female to male ratios. The fellows and interns are those who are in some sort of a work-study program where they're actually actively working with us, or they've graduated and just continue to work with us beyond the, and we have a smaller set of fellows every year. And then, of course, the speakers, it says here 46, I thought I said 30 earlier, but please excuse the discrepancies. We've had fantastic speakers this year. I mean, really, I was just in awe, both at the level of engagement of our students, but also the quality of professionals who are taking interest in sharing their background and their experience. People like Ban, who runs, she's the producer for a Kerning Cultures podcast in the Middle East. Dr. Karim from Explain, who's an artificial intelligence, natural language processing expert. The gentleman next to him, I think Ali is his first name. He's a Harvard grad who's works in a senior position at Google in AI, but came to talk to us about this coffee machine invention that he's working on. And it was a delightful conversation about that and many more. And then the volunteers, some of them are students and others are professionals in the field who are joining as students. Proud of both. And then the EdSeed seed funds, and those are fueling the campaigns, and in some cases going as far as offering full scholarships along with mentoring by the people who preside over the funds. And for example, today the Cosmic Centers is running a holiday campaign series where they are training our students on how to build digital marketing campaigns and reach thousands and more in donors and supporters. The academic partners, Rasha, you can speak much better to that because you manage the relationships. So I don't know if you want to say a few words.
Some of them we have, I mean, major time. This is how I got to meet Brahim. Zarqa University is one of them, but we also have partners who take care of getting the funds to our students and verifying that expenses were raised, because as an organization, we're doing that much less today in some sort of a turbulent world, but we used to be able to raise funds for things like computers, like sometimes room and board, we would help if this is the situation. So we have partnerships with MAPS, the multi-aid projects, and they have 2 branches, one in Lebanon and one in Turkey. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to send funds, because we usually send funds only to universities. But when there are issues and discrepancies between who can receive and who can appropriate the funds, we needed those partners. So we have Scholars for Syria, we have the ULIP, ULIP, Unite Lebanon Youth Project, that also helps us. They refer students to us, but they also help with dispensing funds. Al-Azhar University, that hasn't been exactly cooperating as much as we would love them to, although we have the majority of their students are with us. I mean, they raised about $25,000 alone to liberate degrees, because they have a system allowing students to continue without necessarily having paid off their education debts. So those are more or less what we are now, and we hope to be adding more to our partnerships. We have many partners in Gaza. UCAS University is one of them. Another college that usually helps us with dispensing funds, as much of the areas to which we send or we have students with would have special banking arrangements with the US, making these partnerships vital to getting the students the money that they have raised in their campaigns. Thank you, Rama.
Thank you, Rasha, and of course the donors. This year we've had 159 active donors out of the list of 8,000 who donate on and off all the time. And that's the total donations that we've received year to date. And we're very excited about that. It's less than what we've received last year, but the students have been pushing and getting their own funds, which is fantastic. And hopefully next year we'll set higher targets for ourselves. And of course, nothing would have been possible without the support of our board and advisors. Rasha and Gail are very active, almost on a daily basis, if not more than on a daily basis. Then the support of others comes in. I've highlighted in pink the 2 Munas, Muna Abu Sliman and Muna Shahab, because they really push very hard with fundraising. Muna through her mountain climbing efforts, and Muna Shahab, and then Muna Abu Sliman with her media persona. A little bit this year about the website and YouTube. So our visitors continue to grow, which is really great, meaning we're getting donors from places we hadn't directly reached. And then the videos, over 30,000 views of the videos that we have created and shared through the webinars and other sessions that are hosted on our YouTube channel. So looking ahead, we want to try and accelerate the student onboarding process so we can accommodate more students. We want to continue to improve our financial processing and be able to find more efficient ways. We get stuck really badly sometimes with students who are in areas that we don't have local partners in, or there are restrictions like in the Sudan or other areas. And then we want to grow the internships and be able to recruit more board members. So if you have anyone you can recommend, we want board members with more financial acumen and technology acumen. And then reignite the tech entrepreneurship program and start offering some very early stage seed funding for startups. So what do we need from you in terms of support? Sharing campaigns, blogs, events, mentoring students, hosting webinars, offering internships where available, engaging the media, and then donating generously. Our target for this holiday campaign is $40,000. And we would love everyone's support in trying to get to that number, whether through just posting about what we're doing on social media, inviting us to speak with your communities, churches, synagogues, mosques, or other types of non-religious communities. We'd love to speak to them and tell them about who we are so that we can get more generous donations. And with that, I'm wrapping it up. That's all I had to share. Any questions? We've recorded this for others who couldn't make it because of the time. We've had a few people that texted me separately, so they'll get the recording. But for those of us here, any questions or comments or? No? Clear? Wonderful. Yeah, Amir, تفضل.
Thank you. So you shared a list of things that you're looking for. Out of what you shared with us, what do you think is the one most important priority on that list that we can do?
You know, I want to turn this back to the community. What do you think, students, what do you think is the most important part? Anyone who's here is welcome to offer of the list that I shared, what's the most important thing? And the list was, here, I'll just share it on the screen again.
I would say mentoring and sharing.
Mentoring.
Yeah, from my side, I would say mentoring more important. So.
Any other thoughts?
I would say that we need to offer more internship and to grow the work market, as well as to have more engagement in the media. Whenever we have more engagement with the media, we have more donations as well.
Yeah, so the media part is really critical. I agree with the need for mentorship, but I really feel we've been lacking in terms of media presence. And it would be great to have more of the stories featured in the media, because then that leads to bringing on board mentors or donors or work opportunities. And then, Amir, given your network, as you could see, we've already put in our students in a lot of great firms, and it would be great if you know others that are offering virtual opportunities. Rasha?
هلا راما حتقول من غير شر ليش تأدبتي على غفلة ورفعتي ايدك وانتي بتحكي عادة. so I will say why تأدبت. I would say webinars are very, very important. Although sometimes we have different, but I have a feeling that what we really need, mentoring is great, Anas, but the one-on-one nature could yield probably a lesser quantity output. I find, I mean, from working with students, Rama, I find that there is a cultural gap about students who are raised and educated in the West, who usually do by trial and error, and students in our educational systems that link more to our political environments, whereas a student expects you to chew whatever he needs to eat and then give it to him on a platter. So I would love to have more of the know-how, and not that, like, I mean, the 7 habits of highly successful people, but something in the vein of what Fatin was doing about writing their own stories, about how do you think, how do you write a piece in which you have a purpose. When someone tells you, I don't need you to tell me about the stories of misery, not because I underestimate your journey of displacement, but because the world has had enough of horror stories and refugee. And at the same time, there is a major challenge that if a student in need of a degree will probably not be as impactful on social media platforms as a child who is shivering in the cold next to a tent with his feet stuck in mud and snow. So I would like those of you who are in that field to tell me, how can we deliver this message more potently to people, to tell them the mission of VIP that Rama had, that I would like to teach someone so that this person can lift 5 people out of poverty, if we only talk about his immediate family. And that's something that I have no skill at, but I feel, believe it or not, it is related to the concept of people don't know how to market themselves. So if anyone has skills or people who they know who can be there for our students, I've seen them engage, in an amazing way. I've seen people like Mariam El-Boushi make this transformative journey because she definitely is listening. She's not only attending because I ask her that please, attending a webinar is part of your journey. And we tell them that because attending a webinar will introduce you to the speakers. The speakers could like you and could support you. I mean, don't reach out to the speaker on your own, but always do that as part of your presence. When you ask an intelligent question, someone is going to turn and say, who is that? I've seen Rama so many times personally messaging me saying, this student is making sense more or less. So who is he? What's he doing? So this is the type of engagement we would like from you. And as I always tell them, I don't know if many of you are familiar with Dureib Laham. And I tell them we'd like to break away from the culture of مثل ما بده المختار. شو بدكم مثل ما بده المختار. It's not about what we want. It's about you taking the initiative, you presenting yourself, you doing what it takes and making mistakes. But that's how you learn. And that's in the nature of the culture we all came out of. So maybe I'd like those of you who have experience in that field say something. I'm sorry to have taken more time than I should, but these are questions that are always on my mind.
Thank you, Risha.
And I think too, I'll just sort of build on what Rasha said from my perspective. In the US, the more we promote on social media, going back to the marketing thing, the more we'll be able to get those mentors who can promote the values of telling a good story. Because it's always about storytelling. The way that I've been able to connect with people here, excuse me, in my university is by telling the story. And so the more you all in this community, especially if you have wide social media platforms, the more you can share our stories, whether it's the newsletter or the individual campaigns, pick a student that you like, that you might think might connect with people that you know, whether it's, a certain type of major or literature major or something like that. If you can make those connections between our students and people that you know who would be interested in your own circle, the circles will create like a ripple effect. And then I want to stress again that we need money, donations. So any sort of connections you have with donors, organizations that are willing to fund VIP fund is all great. We're small. When I first started working with Rama and Rasha, I think I was told that we were sort of ninjas, sort of like, the sort of ninja approach rather than the big corporate approach. And that has its value because it shows that we're sort of disruptive and innovative. And I try to promote that all the time when I talk about us. So the momentum has been building, but we can certainly, with such a large and supportive community now, we can use your help with all of that. Thank you.
Thanks, Gail. I think just I wanted to build on something you mentioned, which is the social media and presence on it. We've all seen what happened this year with Twitter and how it went from being one of the most powerful news dissemination platforms to really a platform that people en masse are fleeing away from. And with that, I've long maintained that the real estate that you own is the most important investment. And so our website is our most important investment. But maybe the storytelling, like the social media as a channel to get to others, but maybe we want to consider also writing a book about the different stories that we have within the VIP fund, because a book can go a long way. And if we collect a handful of stories from our students, next year we could shed light on the journey and be able to make it more visible. So it's just a thought. I'm not denying that it's still quite important to be on LinkedIn and to be on Facebook and others, but maybe consider other channels as well in the coming year. Any other thoughts? Anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up? We have a few more minutes. I don't want to take up too much time from everyone. Sarah, تفضلي.
I had a question. How are students finding you, or how are you finding them? And what's the total number of students being supported by the VIP fund?
So, since we've started, it's been over 5,000 students. On EdSeed, it's a much smaller number because initially we were doing training programs, online training programs, and on-the-ground training programs. So with EdSeed, the statistics were around 588 campaigns, 300 something that actually went through. How people find EdSeed, word of mouth, I think, is the biggest thing, right? And just the organizations that we work with, that's how they find us. And we've deliberately not gone out and really marketed ourselves, because in a crowdfunding platform, you want to grow it's like a marketplace. You want to grow your donor base at the same rate as growing your student population.
No, mashallah,
And
it's very
I
inspiring. And I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm truly inspired by the stories and the support, and I hope students can benefit even more through internships, mentorship, or actually just finding employment after graduation.
Yeah, inshallah. That's and thank you for your kind words. We're lucky that we have amazing students. I think that's what's really fantastic, and everyone comes with a beautiful story and the diligence and hard work to want to succeed and make it. And we put some of them under a lot of pressure, like Niveen, for example, gets a lot of pressure sometimes from her mentors to do things differently, but they respond incredibly well, and they're always doing great things. So we have a great community of students. Allah yawafaqan. Yeah. Any other thoughts or questions?
Like I have a suggestion, Rama. Sarah, if you have anybody who's bilingual, if you know in your community someone who's bilingual who could help with onboarding, because I'm the only one who works on that, although there are buddies, but we still find it very difficult for people to understand that we're crowdfunding and not a scholarship foundation. And whereas we try even to tell the fund managers that yes, you might sponsor the student from A to Z, particularly in universities where the cost of education is still tolerable. It's kind of this type of approach that I would like someone to help me with the onboarding part, and with telling students that we're not a scholarship foundation. The more you put into your storytelling skills, the more you will find people who would like your story. I've invited a student. I don't know, for some reason she couldn't join, and she draws beautifully. She's a robotics. Anika is going to, has offered to start financing, at least giving her 50% of her needs for the semester. She is an AUB. So she understood the spirit of the platform. Others come and just my father suffered, and my father is old, and I am whatever, and I can't get people to understand this part, which is why I'm saying that maybe an approach, we need bilinguals who could help at least with the preparation, and that would help us produce 10 campaigns a month. And then, yes, we will leave it to the forces of the market. Those are going to gather wind as if they're in a sailing ship, by all means. And others, unfortunately, don't usually get the same attention. Yes, Annika, thank you.
Is it called being a sleeping partner, or is it being, you know, I don't know this expression. I'm not sleeping.
No, I didn't.
I just want to tell all of you that I'm very, very honored to have listened to all these stories. And I am sort of a secondary partner. I mean, I know the Middle East, but I'm not American. So I'm helping my American cousin to sort of manage the fund to the memory of his American wife. And I'm so impressed by all your stories, and I'm being mentored, I think, by Russia, first of all, and perhaps Rama, you will also mentor me along. But you know, the sort of the American type of fantastic sort of mentoring and doing things, and the energy, the situation in Europe, and particularly in the welfare states or the former welfare states of Scandinavia is different. But please, all of you, if you think there is anything I can do reach out to me, and Rasha knows how to get in touch with me if that's not apparent through this. Very, very, very nice meeting all of you. And I will call my cousin, who's having a bit of a dip thinking about his deceased wife. So I'm going to tell him, you know, he's putting his money into the right place. Thank you so much.
You're talking $86,000. I mean, he didn't put $5,000 and $10,000. $86,000 Carl gave in the past 2 years. This is amazing.
We're very grateful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for your kind words. And happy holidays to you. I hope you enjoy the season. And everyone else, thank you so much for all of your hard work, all of the energy that you've put in, the support. Hazar, Salwa, thank you so much for your support. And inshallah, we'll enter the next year with even a larger family and a lot more support, and a whole bunch to celebrate with graduates all around, inshallah.
Yeah.
And إلى اللقاء. We'll
Thank
see
you so much.
you soon, inshallah. Take care.